Hello again, folks. It's Barry with Barry's 8-Track and Classic Car Radio Repair, and tonight we're demonstrating a Wollensak 8056 model. As you might know, Wollensak made some very nice decks. They're one of the brightest and crispest decks out there. Of course, the head condition has a lot to do with how it sounds. This unit comes from Jim in Mission Viejo, California, and we're just running it through our usual pre-shipment performance verification test. So. I'll give you a couple of notes on this unit. This unit has a pause control. It's got recording capability, fast forward, eject, and it also has an auto eject feature. You can set it to auto eject either at the end of all 4 tracks or at the end of each track, which is kind of neat. So let's go ahead and plug some Genie C. Riley in here. And I'll go ahead and activate the auto eject function, and we'll simulate the end of track 4 just by switching tracks, and tape comes out. Now, Wollensak's, they had a little damping mechanism in there that only lets the tape go out a certain way. Well, that little part always wears out, and most of your Wollensaks are going to eject that tape like a cannon. I mean, it's going to spit it out at a pretty good velocity. So just a kind of a heads up on that one, that they're really not supposed to do that. And what they did to fix that little problem was really seems to be kind of an afterthought, not a real well thought out mechanism, I don't think, especially since the part wears out, on almost every deck. So let's go ahead and turn off the eject feature and plug this tape back in, listen to a little bit more stuff. Okay, we're at the end of a song there. Okay, we switch tracks by ourselves. Okay, switch tracks a few more times. Test the pause button. Okay. Test the fast forward. And of course, you can't hear anything during fast forward. It does mute the audio, and it is running at about twice the speed, which is usually the normal fast forward speed. Now, I don't recommend using the fast forward feature on an 8-track tape because it causes it to pack unevenly on the hub. It tends to pack tighter when it's fast forwarded, and 8-track tapes pretty much need all the help they can get to keep from jamming. So I really don't recommend using the fast forward function, except if you're like repairing a bunch of tapes and you want to queue a bunch of them up to the foil splice, then you can get away with doing that. But as a rule, I try not to use the fast forward function. It's just not really good for old tapes. Okay, switch tracks a few more times. Okay, we're between songs here. So we'll just come back around to that. There we go. Okay, another song fade out. So we'll just let the next one start. Okay, going to eject. And one thing that I forgot to mention is that most Wollensaks that come in are in for a new motor. The motor is used, and it's just like most of the other really high-end decks, like the Akai's. The more high-end the deck is, generally the more specialized parts they use that are no longer available today. I mean, they had parts on hand for the production run, and then of course they made a certain number of spare parts available, aftermarket for like warranty repairs and stuff like that. But most of your decks that are really specialized like this, any new parts for them, any of the new specialized parts have disappeared from repair shop shelves decades ago. So most of the time we're forced to come up with other solutions using what's currently available. So I just thought I'd mention that. You've probably read on my website that Wollensak do have a huge failure trend of the motors going bad. So just thought I'd mention that. So I'm going to get back to whatever I was doing here. I'm Barry with Barry's 8-Track and Classic Car Radio Repair. Needless to say, if you have an 8-track player either for home or for car use, you can reach me directly at 928-533-9666. I also do FM conversions and power upgrades on classic car AM radios and 8-track players. I can add Bluetooth, USB, auxiliary input, and all that other cool stuff. So my website is in the description below. Thank you very much for watching and listening, and we'll see you next time.